uh, we will describe our queuing system or our queuing models. O, ganito yan ha. Ang queuing model, model yan di ba? So it's an abstraction of reality. When you say model, it's an abstraction of reality with some assumptions. Okay? So we will be studying different queuing models. I think if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 7 of them. Okay? 6 or 7 queuing models. Meaning, 7 different models or 7 different abstractions of reality. So kanina, ang diniscuss ko sa inyo would be all the realities that we can possibly observe when it comes to queuing systems. Now, we will mix and match these characteristics and build our queuing models. Okay? Now, each of our queuing models, which will represent a unique queuing system, will now be identified using what we call the Kendall-Lee notation. Okay, so itong A, B, C, D, E, F na to, kapag nabuo nyo to, okay, this would now provide you with a description of a queuing system. So yan na ngayon yung parang kinuha mo from reality at binuo mo as one model. Okay, yung queuing system na yon. So we will have 7 different queuing models, seven different Kendall-Lee notations. So tandaan niyo lang, ang Kendall-Lee notation is para I don't need to describe the queuing system in words. Okay? Hindi ko na kailangan i-describe ng pagkahaba-haba. I-describe ko lang using letters. And bawat letter, meron na siyang, it stands for something already. So for example, sabi ko kanina, wait, ang A, B, C, D, E stands for something ha. Ang A is the arrival rate. Kailangan natin yan sa lahat ng queuing systems. Kailangan natin malaman kung ano yung arrival pattern doon sa establishment na yon. Okay? Letter B, pag may arrival pattern ka, may arrival rate ka, dapat meron kang corresponding service rate. Diba? Kailangan serve mo yung mga dumating. Kaya, each system, again, may have different servers, may have different service rates, okay? But their distribution will be generally the same. Okay? Exponential po so ng distribution nila. Okay? So B yung service rate, C yung number of parallel servers. So assuming you have a single queue, ilan yung parallel servers mo? Or assuming you have a multiple queue, ilan yung parallel servers mo? Okay? Yung D would be your service discipline, which I already mentioned kanina na hindi na natin ilalagay kung first come, first serve, last come, first serve, service in random order, priority. Wala na yon. Okay? Basta general discipline siya. Meaning, these models will be derived not based on any discipline, but it's a general discipline. Presumably, first come, first serve. So, kung pwede pa, pwede natin ilagay first come, first serve. Pero if not, then general discipline siya. Okay? And then letter E, maximum number allowed in the system will also describe your queuing system. So kapag wala kang maximum number, anyone can enter your system, then infinity lang ilalagay mo. Pero kung may maximum number ka, let's say 10 lang ang pwedeng pumasok sa system mo para mag-avail ng service, then 10 yung ilalagay mo sa letter E. Basta kapag nilagay mo 10, alam mo na yung letter E na yan is the maximum number of customers. And then finally, letter F is your calling source. This describes whether it's finite or infinite. And again, most of the time, it's infinite, yung calling source natin, yung population. Okay? So, tandaan nyo lang yung ibig sabihin ng bawat letter from A to F. Okay? So, if I now give you a model, a queuing model that says MM3, tapos, let's say I say first come, first serve, or GD, general discipline. Tapos, I say infinity, then this is an example of a Kendall-Lee notation, one type of model. Okay, yung one type of model is, ang arrival rate mo is Poisson, ang service rate mo, is Poisson. You have 3 servers, parallel servers, and then first come, first serve siya. And then, no limit sa arriving customers. Then, infinite calling source. So, if you see this notation, then you would be able to figure out all of this, di ba? And through all of this, you are now able to describe what your queuing system is all about. And from that queuing system, may mga formulas ka na, okay, for this particular queuing system, may mga formulas ka na to solve certain parameters which I will present in the next slide. So basically, yung next slide natin, methods of solution that we will employ can be analytical or simulation. You will have your simulation classes, I think, this term or next term. Or you're having it now, I don't know. Okay, but there are some complex queuing systems that cannot be solved using yung IEO per 3 na analytical technique. Okay, and therefore, you need simulation to actually solve and come up with policies or decisions. Okay, but for IEO per 3, yung nakabilog, ito, yan yung ating pag-aaralan, analytical method of solution. Meaning, the use of standard queuing models. Ito yon, yung Kendall-Lee notation. This is an example of a standard queuing model. Yan. Standard queuing model yan. Okay, this one. So, ang bawat standard queuing model, again, 7 of them, would have formula to solve for certain things that we need to solve for para makapag-decide tayo. Okay? Lastly here, transient or steady state, na-mention ko na. For IEO per 3, we will not be concerned with transient solutions kasi ang transient solutions is time dependent. Okay? Tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina, yung mga parameters natin, we don't want it to be dependent on the number of people in the system. We don't want it to be dependent on the time of the day. Okay? We don't want to create transient solutions for specific times. Okay? We want to create solutions on a steady state assumption. Meaning, if pag tinignan ko tong queuing system or queuing model na to, I am assuming that this queuing system or queuing model is in its steady state. And when it is in its steady state, then it means that all the parameters or all the values that we are computing is no longer dependent on time. It's not time dependent. Okay? So, it has already reached statistical equilibrium. Long run or steady state na siya. Okay? So, yun yung concern natin sa IEO per 3. For this slide, analytical. Okay? Analytical. And for this one, steady state. Okay? We're concerned with steady state solutions. Okay? And these are the things that we input into our queuing model. So, sabi ko sa inyo, may mga 7 tayo nito. 7 of these. 7 different queuing models or queuing systems that we will come up with analytical models. So, ang input natin o yung mga observable would be on the left side. Okay? So, ito yung mga inputs natin. Arrival, service, rate ng system or service time, at saka yung number of customers that are in the system. N represents the number of customers in the system. Notice that all three, this one, and this one, are all observable. You can stand by the door of a service establishment and count the number of arriving customers and observe the pattern of arrival. Ma-observe mo to. You can stand beside a service provider and observe how fast or how slow he is providing service. You can time the service and you can observe the pattern of those times. So, these are observable and you can count the number of customers in the system. So once you observe lambda, mu, and n, sa mga problems natin, this will be given most of the time. Then, you put this in, think of this as a program, okay? Meron kang inputs, ito yung mga parameters mo, ito. Pasok mo yan lahat sa program mo, sa model mo, yung model na i-derive natin next meeting. And the model should be able to have an output. Ang output ng models Ang models would actually be formulas eh. May mga formulas ka dito. Okay? May mga formulas ka. Ang output, pagka pinlog in mo ngayon yung lambda, mu, and n sa mga formulas mo, ang output would be these characteristics. Ito yung mga average steady state characteristics of your system, of Q system. Queuing system yan. Okay? So, ito yung mga output natin. So, may input ka, ito yung model, yung process, ito yung output natin. Itong anim na yan. Okay? So, yung output natin will all be averages and in steady state. Okay? Long-term output. So, bakit kailangan natin yung outputs na to? Kasi itong mga outputs na to, yan yung gagamitin ng mga owners ng establishments for decision making. So example, gusto kong malaman ilang counters o ilang tellers ang dapat kong ilagay sa bangko ko or i-hire para sa bangko ko. Lalo na during, let's say, during Mondays, for example, no, or peak times, gusto kong malaman ilan yung tellers. Kailangan ko yung L. Okay? Kailangan ko yung LQ. Yung L is the definitions of all of this would be here. Okay? L, LQ, W, WQ, and then PN and RO. Okay? Yan yung mga naka-check ngayon dyan, last slide na to, yan yung mga nadyan sa right side. Ito. Okay? So ano ba yung mga yan? So basahin nyo na lang itong next slide. Ang L, expected means average. No? Average number of customers, kunyari restaurant yung system mo, average number of customers in your system at any point in time to ha. Hindi to peak time, off-peak time, hindi. This is at any point in time kasi nga time independent tayo. Okay? Yung analytical models are time independent. So, if you know how many customers you have at any given time, then at tapos alam mo kung bawat server ilang customers ang kaya niya i-serve, malalaman mo na, mako-compute mo na ngayon, makakapag-decide ka na ngayon kung ilang servers ang kailangan mo i-hire at any point in time. Okay? So, ito yung mga mako-compute natin from the analytical models na queuing. Okay? Pag may queue sa subscript, ibig sabihin, yan yung number of customers na nasa pila. Okay? So, take note, kapag may pila ka, last na to ha, ito yung server mo, server 1, server 2, server 3. May tatlong customer dito. Okay? So if I were to compute in the steady state, no, yung L ko, L will be 7. Tama ba, class? L is the total number of, average number of customers in the system. Pero for this example, no, yung total mo would be 7. Pero yung LQ mo will be 4. Yung nasa pila lang. Okay? Itong mga sineserve, okay, itong mga sineserve, part siya ng system pero wala na siya sa pila kasi sineserve na siya. So yung LQ mo, 4 lang sila. Average number of customers mo na nasa pila. Ganon din yung W. W is total waiting time in the system. Okay? Total waiting time. WQ, total waiting time sa queue, sa pila. So, if you look at these customers here, nakapila sila, di ba? Bawat customer dito, may W. May WQ. May waiting time. Average, average ng bawat customer. May waiting time ka sa pila. Okay? Pero, pag pinatawag ka na, at naririto ka na, sineserve ka na ni server 1, may waiting time ka while being served. So may waiting time ka pa rin dito, may waiting time ka pa rin dito. Okay? Pag in-add ko to, waiting time mo sa pila at waiting time mo habang sineserve ka, then the total will be your total waiting time sa system. Is that clear? So kunyari, naghintay ka dito ng 2 minutes. Tapos, 30 seconds ang service. So, ang total waiting time mo, W mo, is 2.5 minutes. Pero ang WQ mo, 2 minutes lang. Naintindihan, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay? And last, yung raw. Yung raw is yung parang utilization to eh. Kasi ang formula nito is lambda over mu. Yung dumarating versus yung nasa serve mo. So kunyari, ang dumarating sa'yo, 10. 10 yung arrival mo per hour. Ang kaya mong i-service is 20 per hour. Let's say. Imagine nyo na lang ha, 10 yung dumarating, 20 yung kaya mong i-service. So, therefore, ang ratio nito, 0.5. Diba? 0.5. Ibig sabihin, 50% lang ang capacity mo na nagagamit. Kasi kaya mo 20 pero 10 lang yung dumarating at sinaservicean mo. So 50% lang yung utilization mo or yung portion ng capacity mo na nagagamit sa'yo. Okay? And therefore, our assumption for queuing models is that lambda should be less than mu. So ang maximum ni lambda is mu. Kapag lambda is equal to mu, kung parehong 20 per hour yan, then puno ka na, 100% ka na, 100% capacity ka na. Okay, and therefore we term lambda, raw, lambda over mu as the traffic intensity. Habang tumataas yan, yung value na yan, mas traffic, mas utilize ka. Yun ang ibig sabihin. Okay? So kapag lambda, if lambda is greater than mu, system explodes. Okay, system explodes. Kasi yung arrival mo mas malaki na kaysa doon sa kaya mo i-serve. Hindi na makakaya ng system 'yon, sasabog yung system. Okay? So that's raw. And finally, we will have last PN. Ito yung i-derive natin. We will derive PO and PN next meeting kasi lahat ng mga LLQ na yan, we can express in terms of P0 and PN. It simply means probability of having N customers in the system. Okay? So, I think that's it. We will start next meeting with the Little's formula to study the relationship, okay, between L and W and lambda and mu. Okay? So, may mga formulas na built in na pwede natin gamitin together with the analytical formulas that we will develop.